Hello, space travelers. Welcome to Gentleman Spaceman's Atomic Hideout, where we explore stories from the atomic age of science fiction and beyond. I'm your host, Brad Grochowski. Now, most of what we post here is fully produced and scripted, short stories, audio dramas, the adventures of the Gentleman Spaceman himself, Dirk Danger. But sometimes, well, I just want to talk directly to you. Unproduced, unscripted, and, well, real. I mean, I have notes, but this is unscripted. I want to talk to you about sci-fi stuff, what's going on the channel, news, who knows what. And today I want to talk about something that's really important to me, and I think to audio science fiction in general, and that is AI, or more specifically, text-to-speech, right? I'm a voice actor and an audiobook narrator, and AI is really impacting our industry as voice talent in many, many ways. I mean, we're definitely feeling it in the industry. We're definitely feeling work that might otherwise have gone to live human voice actors is instead being done by AI, by text-to-speech. It's also having a huge impact on you, too, right? Our enjoyment of AI audio is different than our enjoyment of human speech. I think it's having a devastating effect on YouTube. There are tons of sci-fi channels on YouTube, but they all seem to fall into, well, I should say most of them seem to fall into two categories. One, you have classic sci-fi that was actually produced in the 50s and 60s, a lot of radio dramas and BBC and that sort of thing. And those are fantastic. I love those and I really enjoy them and encourage you to listen and support those channels. But the majority of channels presenting audio sci-fi are AI, and it's simply they're pulling royalty-free or public domain stories, and they're plugging it into 11 labs, and it spits out almost unlistenable sci-fi stories. And I apologize if you listen to the AI channels and you really enjoy them. Cool. I'm not trying to disparage you for listening and for enjoying it. In fact, you don't have a lot of options, right? And there are amazing stories being presented in this way. And I'm always looking for cool news stories. But every time I click on not every time, usually when I see what looks like I'm hoping will be a really cool sci-fi story, and I click on it, and within 30 seconds you can tell it's an AI voice, if not immediately, right? And you may not care. It may not seem like it matters to you. Like if you enjoy listening to it, then should you stop? You know, why should it bother you? Does it? I mean, I'd really like to hear more about your experience with AI and, audio sci-fi, but also AI voiceover in general. Does it work for you? Do you notice when you hear it? Does it change how you feel about what you're listening to? The problem, well, there's a bunch of problems, but one of the problems I think that we could run into is that eventually there will be no human voice left, right? In order to be a professional voice actor, producing professional quality audio and voiceover, it takes equipment, a studio, time, training, coaching, experience, and when you're doing it full time, when you've built your business up to a point where where we can do it full time, you have to support your family. You have to pay your mortgage. You have to pay your bills, right? And so the more human voices are replaced with AI, the harder it gets, right, to maintain a profession as a voice actor. And what ends up happening is you have fewer and fewer and fewer human voice actors that are able to work on a level that they're presenting YouTube content at a professional level. And then you end up with two choices: hobbyists who aren't going to provide the same level of voiceover quality, and AI. And then eventually the hobbyists are going to realize that there's not much left for them to do here either, and then you're left with only AI. So if you value, and I'll explain why you should if you don't already, but if you value human voices sharing the stories that we love so much, then it should matter to you. You should care that so much of the genre that we enjoy in audio format is being taken over by AI voices. And it's not just science fiction. Like, so many channels have been taken over by AI now. And I know, I've seen it, because as voice actors, we've gone from voicing a lot of YouTube channels, and that's been a fair amount of revenue for a lot of voice actors, especially voice actors that are starting out and that are finding their way in the industry, that are able to produce perform at a professional level, but are still trying to find their way into the industry. So, I'm just curious if you feel like you're hearing it and if it's impacting what you're listening to. One of the things you lose with AI presented audio or AI voiceover is AI's inability to attach, let's call it an emotional payload to what's being said, to what you're hearing, right? A lot of what we communicate is not simply presented by the words we use. It's the emotional subtext that we add, and we don't even hear it. We're not even aware of it. We're not even conscious of it. But as I'm speaking, the words I'm using are only a small part of the communication. What I'm thinking, the emotions I'm experiencing, the state of mind I'm in, all of these things are bundled up into a little package and into a payload, and they're communicated through the voice. Well, AI computers, there is no emotional life. There's no emotional subtext. There's no understanding of the words being stated. And you don't notice it at first, perhaps, but studies have shown that we tend to tune it out. We hear it, or our minds do, hear it as hollow, as empty, as sort of vapid, void of any context or emotion or real human communication. And this is a literal thing. This is like an actual impact. It's not just woo-woo making stuff up. Like, that's what we're communicating, and that isn't there to communicate with a computer, with AI. So why is this happening? Well, I probably don't even need to get into it. I mean, we know why it's happening. It's cheaper. It's a lot cheaper to plug a classic story into 11 Labs and have it spit it out, and then you post it. I mean, you can post 3 stories a day that way, but of what quality, and to what end, and to what level of enjoyment? If you want to listen, if you do listen and you do get enjoyment from AI audio science fiction channels, cool. I can't judge you. I said earlier, you don't have a huge choice. That's what most of the content is now. But I do want to say, I want to assure you, and a promise I can make to you, is that here on our channel, in the Hideout, there will be no AI voices. If you hear a voice on this channel, it will be a human voice. Either reading a short story, in audio dramas, you may hear, sometimes we'll use effects on voices. We try to do it as minimally as possible. That might make it sound a little AI in an audio drama, just to get some character differentiation sometimes, I suppose. And it may sound like AI, but I promise you, it's not. All human voices, I guarantee you. I would love very much to not use AI imagery with a channel. I mean, I know I face the same challenges that lead channel producers to use AI voices, and that we're just getting started here. We have no budget. We have no revenue. We're not drawing any revenue from YouTube for sure. So to get started and to sort of bootstrap what we're doing here, yeah, I'm using some AI images. Most of what we're using is either public domain clip art and I'm trying to use AI as little as I can. Sometimes the clip art or the stock photography ends up being AI and you don't even know it. So sure, I have to fess up to a little bit of hypocrisy there, but I will tell you, if you are an illustrator or you're an animator or you're interested in illustrating or animated for the Hideout, please reach out. Let us know, because we'd love to have you aboard. My dream would be to never have a single AI voice or another AI illustration, animation, photograph ever on a page. And I think we can do it. I think we can get there. If you're interested in helping with that, please let me know, and let's talk about how you could participate. So in the end, I just want to say, please consider joining us here for guaranteed AI-free science fiction. That's our goal. That's our mission. One of our missions. Part of our mission. It's part of our mission. No AI voices here. Only human voices. As we're starting to create content and pull things together and put projects together, it's awesome. I'm getting to pull in a lot of my voice acting friends. I'm working with new people that I haven't worked with before, and it's really, really been cool. And they're just amazing people. They provide so much more entertainment, emotional content, and presence than you're ever going to get from AI. So join us for, as I said, 100% AI-free science fiction at Gentleman Spaceman's Atomic Hideout. Thank you, and journey well among the stars.